What is Google Guaranteed? What are local service ads? Do you even need them for your local service-based business? In this video, we're going to do a deep dive into Google Guaranteed and local service ads. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Michelle Kop. I am the founder of Level 28 Media, a lead generation marketing agency for small businesses. So if you're looking to generate more leads, which are phone calls or form submissions from your website or landing pages, you can feel free to check out the description below where you can contact me directly and we can have a conversation about how I can help you, whether it's through Google Guaranteed or through just regular Google search ads. So now that we have that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and take you through Google Guaranteed. So essentially what Google Guaranteed is, it's a program that allows you to essentially have this green checkmark badge next to a ad. And essentially the ads are different from your standard search ads. The ads that come with Google Guaranteed are called local service ads. So if you ever hear Google Guaranteed and local service ads, essentially it's the same thing. Google Guaranteed is just the program, and local service ads are the type of ads that you can run once you're in the program. So that's essentially how it works. I'm going to go ahead and read from the screen over here to explain exactly how the Google Guaranteed program works based off of Google's terminology and how they describe it, and then I'll break it down into layman's terms exactly how it works. So with the Google Guaranteed badge, which is what you see here, it is available for businesses that pass a very stringent verification process. And once you pass this process, then you can use local service ads. And essentially what this is it allows you with Google, Google will back you. So if you're backed by the Google Guaranteed when you're in this program, and your customers are for some reason are very unhappy with the service that you've provided, Google may, in its absolute and sole discretion, reimburse the customer up to a certain amount paid for that initial service, subject to a lifetime limit. So in the US, that lifetime limit is $2,000 based off of the Google support page here. But essentially, the whole idea here is if you're accepted into this program, then Google's essentially backing you. So if you, for some reason, mess up or customer is really unhappy with you, Google will then reimburse the customer to kind of cover for whatever, mistake or whatever issue that was caused. So Google is essentially putting themselves up to to cover for you when you're in this program. Now, to get into this program is not easy. There's a lot of paperwork involved in terms of proving that you are a legitimate business. You have to show pictures and proof, and there's a lot of time involved as well. But once you're in the program, then you can start leveraging local service ads, which are ads that will appear on top of the general pay-per-click search ads above that on Google. So I'll go ahead and share those examples in a couple slides here. But I did want to talk about what industries can be eligible for the Google Guarantee, because not every single local service business is going to be eligible. So I'm just going to read off here just some examples. So appliance repair, auto glass, auto repair, carpet and upholstery cleaning, electrical, event planning, financial planning, garage door repair and installation. I work with a lot of locksmiths. That's a very popular industry for Google Guarantee. Home cleaning, HVAC, junk removal, lawn care. The list goes on. And then in terms of other professional services, lawyers, plumbing, roofing. So pretty much you kind of get the hang of it. And you can even Google this yourself to see like if you fall into an industry that is eligible to be part of the Google Guarantee and local service ads. Now, let's go ahead and take you through how it works. So, how it works with local service ads. Once you're part of the Google Guaranteed program, you are eligible to have your local service ads. You are eligible to have local service ads. That's pretty much what it is. And what are local service ads? These are ads that appear above the general pay-per-click search ad. So if someone was typing in roofers in Laguna Woods, then the local service ads would appear at the top, and then below it would be the general pay-per-click campaigns, and then like Google Maps, and then below it would be the SEO rankings. So essentially, when you see this green verification, you know that they are part of the Google Guaranteed program. So they went through that stringent process in order to even get accepted into it. So once the user sees this, they can contact you, whether it's calling you or messaging you, and that will count as a lead. Now, the beautiful thing about local service ads as a part of the Google Guaranteed program is you pay per lead, which is awesome, because if it's not a relevant lead, you can dispute it. So Google will allow you to dispute it, so essentially you don't have to necessarily pay for it. Versus with pay-per-click, general pay-per-click, if you don't get a good quality lead, well, it's too bad. You've already paid for it. So in this case with Google Guaranteed, they do back it by giving you an option to pay per lead, or the option really here is pay per lead. So it's kind of a no-brainer in terms of, getting this thing set up. In terms of the average cost per click, I don't see it being any cheaper than Google just regular pay-per-click. And sometimes I've seen it be even more expensive. So just as a heads up, because it's showing higher in the search results, you will have to pay for that premium in order to appear at the very top. So yeah, local service ads appear here. So as you could see, if you typed in locksmith near me, you would first see the Google Guaranteed ads, and then the pay-per-click ads below it. Question that I tend to get often is, can I be in both places? Absolutely yes, you should be in both places. So you should, if you qualify and you've gone through this verification process, yeah, it'd be great for you to appear with the Google Guaranteed, but it'd also be great to appear for a regular pay-per-click. Is it going to cost you more? Absolutely. But what's going to happen is when someone sees your ad, local service ad, and then they see your pay-per-click ad, it's just going to help with branding overall. So either way, you have an advantage because you're already appearing twice. And if you're doing SEO, you could also potentially appear another time too for your SEO rankings as well. So keep that in mind. But local service ads always appear even higher than the regular pay-per-click ads. So it is a no-brainer if you can get accepted into the program. So yeah, with the Google Guaranteed program, essentially, there's a lot of stringent requirements, but you do have to pass a background check. You have to have a business license. You have to show proof of limited liability insurance and all these other things. So just be prepared that if this is something that you want to do, to just be ready. And it's going to take at least 3 to 6 weeks to actually, get things approved. Sometimes it could take longer because we know that Google can be really backed up these days. But just as a heads up, that's essentially how that works. And then what happens is when you get the leads that come through the local service ads, you will have access to a dashboard within your Google My Business or Google Ads that will allow you to view all the leads that have come through. So you could see, I got 3 leads. This is how many are active. This is how many booked, so that you can actually track. So this is essentially like your own CRM. And then you can view and see and track. And then you can also dispute the leads as well as they come in if they're completely irrelevant. So that's what the dashboard would look like there. Budgeting. So this one's kind of a tricky one, but essentially you can set your budget. Essentially, you'll tell Google, okay, this is my weekly budget, and trust me, they will spend it all. Most of the time, they're not going to leave anything behind because they want your money. And then you'll tell them how many leads you're looking for, and then from there, they will do their estimate for you. Of course, it's just an estimate. Essentially, what the whole idea of local service ads is, I think what Google's trying to do is remove the need for a professional provider, and essentially set this up so that you don't need a provider to write you ads, do keyword research, and do forecasting for you. They want to be able to have full control and do this for you. So that's why they have this thing where they'll just let you choose your budget, and then you tell them how many leads you're looking for, or Google will then tell you, well, based off of this budget, this is how many leads that we estimate. But note, of course, that the smaller the budget, the less leads you're going to get. The more budget, the more leads you're going to get. There's going to be a point in time, though, with local service ads, because I've seen it, where you will hit a ceiling no matter what. So even if you wanted to give it $10,000 per day, it might not even be able to, generate you as many leads as you were looking for, because there's just something with the Google algorithm that could be preventing it from happening. And that's the challenge, because it's really hard to scale with local service ads. You can keep putting budget in. Sometimes it's just, there's only so much in the market that, in terms of people looking for the service that you're providing. So keep that in mind. And talking about the Google verification process, this is what is typically included, but not limited to registering for local service ads, doing a thorough background check, business registration, insurance and licensure, proof, and then minimum review requirements. Sometimes Google might actually want to talk to someone on your team, but just every industry is going to be a little bit different. But just from the perspective of this, just wanted to share what you could be expecting if this is something that you wanted to get going. So in terms of some pros of the local service ads or Google Guaranteed program, number one, high visibility. Number two, pay-per lead model. So it's not pay-per-click model, it's pay-per-lead. So, essentially you're paying for the lead, you're not paying for the click, and you can also dispute the leads. Increased credibility and very, very easy to set up. You probably don't really, I guess it just depends on how technical you are, but it really isn't that complicated to get things set up with the local service ads. The hardest part is just getting approved in terms of that verification. And then after you get approved, then you would be able to get things going. So here's some cons. There's actually more cons than pros, but unpredictable. Just because you want to pump more money into it doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily be getting a lot more leads, because Google will, it has its own algorithm, and it's not always going to prioritize you. So it's kind of a black box, to be very frank, but just keep that in mind. Limited customization. You can't write ad copy. You can't promote offers. It's just, this is who we are. This is our brand name. This is how many reviews we got. So that's a con. And then another one, which kind of ties with the first one, is dependence on Google. It's really up to Google to decide whether it wants to show you or not. So you will hit a ceiling, and so that's why a lot of advertisers will do both local service ads and pay-per-click ads together, so that at least you can diversify and be able to be, if you're not able to appear for your local service ads all the time, then at least you can have more control with your pay-per-click ads. Pay-per-click ads, there's more control, but it's not on a pay-per-lead basis. So that's the con on that front. Risk of poor reputation. And then in terms of other cons, it's not perfect, and it can also be very expensive. I've seen some leads cost like hundreds of dollars. So just keep that in mind depending on the industry that you're in. And then the final question that I wanted to answer is, does your business actually need Google local service ads? So to answer this question, I would say that it is recommended. I'd say that it is something that I've seen work extremely well for a lot of businesses. It's recommended if you can get in. after you've passed through the verification process. However, I do not think that it is a substitution for Google Ads pay-per-click advertising. I think it's a supplement or a great, complement to Google pay-per-click advertising if you have the budget. So Google local service ads, like I mentioned, they're easier to set up, but there are a lot of cons to it in terms of you not really having a lot of control. Cost per lead could be expensive, but you can also do a because it's a pay-per-lead basis, you can also dispute the leads. But it is something where I would say Google Ads pay-per-click and local service ads are complements of each other, not necessarily direct substitutions. So does your business need local service ads? If you can get in, then absolutely try them out. And if you're already running Google pay-per-click ads, I would still recommend keeping them going, because you'd be able to keep those two together and essentially help with your brand awareness on Google. So yeah, if you are interested in learning more about the Google Guaranteed or local service ads, feel free to reach out and I would be more than happy to help you. Thank you.